Hi dolls, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about a DUI. No, I did not get a DUI personally, but I was in the car with somebody who did. So I just wanted to tell my side of the story, and I emphasize my part of the story because I'm sure other people have different sides, because there was three of us, or three adults in the car and two children. So let me start off by saying this person was a very toxic person in my life, and I didn't realize until after I let go of that friendship, or what I thought was a friendship. But anyway, I wasn't hanging around the right crowd, so that's what I get, I guess. So this person picks me up from my house like she usually would. We would always go hang out. She picks me up, then after that we end up at the beach. Oh, and mind you, this person's friend, which I guess was my friend at the time too, she had just had her baby like a week prior, and she came with us to the beach, and we were drinking. Honestly, I don't even remember what it was. I don't know if it was Modelo or... yeah, I don't know, I don't remember. But we were all drinking, and I was never the one to get hella drunk. That's really rare for me. So I was just sipping on my beer, chilling at the beach, and they were all chugging and whatever, playing games. And this girl's friend, so let's call the original girl, let's call her Stephanie, and then let's call her friend who had just had the baby, we'll call her Jackie. Okay, so Stephanie and Jackie were both with their baby daddies there, and Stephanie, mind you, had a baby that was about no, I'm lying, not 7 months. She was way smaller than that. I'm sure I could find the exact age because I have pictures in my phone, I have videos. But anyway, they were both there with their baby daddies and their babies. I had no baby at the time, so it was just me. While we're at the beach, Jackie starts chugging beers and just throwing the empty cans everywhere at the beach, just random places, throwing, boom, boom. And so I start picking them up because I'm like, oh, people are gonna get mad. And I think Stephanie had helped me pick up a few. I think she was a little bothered too. She had said, oh, she's throwing the cans, like she's being hella scandal. So we're like, okay, cool, we'll pick them up because there's a lot of people here and they're gonna call the cops. And we were not 21, so we weren't supposed to be drinking anyway. So we pick up some of the cans, and then blah blah blah, we have our day there, and we decide to leave. As we're leaving, we get to the truck, everybody puts their things in, and all of a sudden we see a ranger pull up. And in my mind I'm thinking, oh, it's a ranger, like they just take care of the beach, they can't arrest us, whatever. And so I get in the truck, I get in Stephanie's truck, and I don't know how this happens, but it ends up being that I am in the back, in the middle of both of their babies. So I don't know why Jackie didn't put her baby in her car. She put it in Stephanie's car. So I was in the middle of them. So I pretty much had a car seat here and a car seat here, and I was in the middle. And then I'm just hearing the ranger talk, because the ranger gets off and he starts talking to Jackie's baby daddy, which is being hella out of pocket. Like, I don't know why he couldn't just be nice. We would have probably gotten away without anything happening, but he had just gotten out of jail recently, so he was all hot-headed, I guess. And when he's talking to the ranger, he's pissing him off. And then all of a sudden, I see Stephanie run into the truck, and she starts driving off. And oh, I forgot to add, her boyfriend at the time was on the passenger side. So I was in the back, he was on the passenger side, and then she hops in to the driver's seat, and this girl just pulls off. Mind you, it's like an old truck, it's not gonna get anywhere compared to what the ranger was driving. So I'm just looking like, what the hell, this girl really just drove off. And I knew she was drunk, so I was in shock. I couldn't believe she had just drove off. I was like, wow, they're gonna chase us. But at the same time I was thinking, what if we do get away? But when I turned back, he was right on us. I was like, dude, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna get anywhere in this truck. Look at him, he's right behind us. So she starts she grabs a little can of baby food that she had in the front, and she just starts like eating it. And I'm like, what the hell? And her boyfriend's telling her, stop, pull over, because she kept yelling and asking, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So we're like, pull over, pull over. She finally pulls over. When this girl pulls over, she turns back to me and she says,
switch seats with me. Bitch, what? Are you kidding me? Switch seats with you? I got so mad at that point.
I was like, wow, I can't believe she just said that. So I open the door and I get out from the back seat. And as soon as I get out, I turn and boom, a gun in my face. Like literally, he was holding, like, I don't even know about guns, so I have no idea, but it was like a long rifle looking thing, and he was just pointing it, and he was like, turn around, step this way, step that way, whatever. And I'm like, okay, sir, like whatever. I put my hands up. I was so scared. And I go sit down, and then another one pulls up, another ranger, a cop. Honestly, I don't remember if it was a cop car or another truck, but they pull up, and then he goes over to me and he says, oh, this is the one that was driving. And I got scared. I didn't say anything, but then the other cop said, no, she's still in the car. So I was like, okay, so this guy knows what's up. Like, he saw her jump in there. I was already in the back. And I really had to pee, obviously, because we were drinking, so I kept telling the cop, I really have to use the bathroom, I really have to use the bathroom. So he let us, hold on, I skipped a part. When I was getting out of the car, Jackie was also pulling up. So when I was asking, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, I need to go to the bathroom, I obviously couldn't pee on the side of the road, like, isn't that illegal? So the cop says, okay, go ahead, drive down to the beach. And he, in his mind, thought that Jackie wasn't drinking because she showed her small baby and said, I'm breastfeeding. So obviously she got away with it. So me and her drive back to the beach, and we use the restroom, and we're talking while we're peeing, and because we're both peeing in the same bathroom, and we're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, Stephanie's gonna go to jail. What do we do? What do we do with her baby? And so we end up driving back. It all happened so quick. Once I got back, I didn't see Stephanie anymore. I just saw the truck was empty and her baby was crying. Her baby daddy was outside, or her boyfriend at the time. Then I asked, where's Stephanie? And her boyfriend tells me, oh, they took her in the truck, she's going to jail. And my heart was like, oh my god, like, this is real. I still couldn't believe it, even though she left with her truck, like, duh, obviously she's gonna get arrested. But when she did, I just couldn't believe it. I had never been a part of that. I was, I had no idea how that went down. So after she got arrested, they asked me for my license, and I showed it to them. They didn't make me blow in the thing, but I was being really cool with them. They asked me, how many beers did you have? I said 1 or 2. They did the finger thing. Everything was cool. They said, okay, you can go. You're fine. And we took her baby. Obviously, Jackie took her baby in her car. She was allowed to leave. We ended up driving down. If you've ever been to Half Moon Bay, you know what I'm talking about. Driving from Half Moon Bay down to Woodside, so it was like all that drive. And they were pretty much behind us, so I was driving all scared, like, oh my god. I was getting all nervous. I wasn't drunk or buzzed, but my heart was just racing. I was like, wow, my friend just got arrested. And then at the same time, I was confused, because I'm like, is this bitch really my friend? She just asked me to switch seats with her. Why would she do that? Like, I don't know, but if you're my friend or best friend, whatever, I'm not gonna ask you to switch seats with me. Like, bitch, you did it, so own up to it. You know what I mean? But I don't know, that's just the way I think. We end up stopping by a Target because the baby wouldn't stop crying. Like, babies know when their moms are not around or when something's wrong. Babies really know. Like, now that I have my son, I know that they really do know. So we stop by Target, we get water, we feed her, we change her diaper, we do everything possible. This little girl is still crying. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, I don't have kids, I don't know what to do. So at that time, I still had a curfew. I was living with my parents, so I had a curfew, and I had to be home by a certain time, and it was getting closer to that time. So I'm like, what do I do with this baby? Like, if I take this baby home, how do I even explain that? How do I tell my parents that I was out drinking at the beach and that we just were involved in a DUI, Like, it wasn't gonna fly. My parents aren't the kind of parents to be like, oh, there's a baby here, oh cool, whatever, go to your room. Like, no, They would have been like, what the hell's going on? So obviously I gave the baby to her boyfriend, which is, you know, not her biological dad, but it was her dad, because that's who you're with and the dad's not around. So, you know, who takes responsibility? Obviously him. So he took the baby to his mom's house, and, you know, she was taken care of. She was fine. And I was texting him obviously throughout this time, making sure that the baby was okay. So the next day, as soon as I find out that she was released, I go to her house to check on her and to get a makeup bag that I had left in her truck. So when I get there, I'm looking for my makeup bag and I can't find it, and I'm like, what the fuck? So where's my makeup bag? Like, I know I left it here. And then I started thinking, this girl Jackie took it, and I told Stephanie that, and she said, well, she probably did. And I said, damn, like, she really be stealing, because that's what she was known for, I guess, always stealing shit. But she probably took it, and to this day, I don't know what happened with that little bag, but, you know, I thought about it for a while because I had all my favorite makeup in there, but I guess that's what I get for taking it out with people I'm not supposed to be around. So I go check on her. Her car reeks like beer because there was hella beer spilled from us trying to hide it real quick when the ranger pulled up. So then when I went to go see her, she was all mad because I didn't watch her child. But like, you didn't do your job in the first place. Why were you out drinking with a child so small and then literally fleeing from the cops with 2 babies in the car? Why would you do that? I don't get it. But anyway, in her mind, she was right. To this day, I still think it's so ridiculous how you're gonna be mad at me. I had a curfew. I'm sorry, my parents put a curfew on me and said, hey, we need you home at this time. And, you know, her parents weren't worried. I mean, I don't know how her mom didn't think, where's my daughter? Or like, where's my child? Who knows? I don't know what happened there, but she hid it from her mom for a long time. Or honestly, it wasn't even that long, because I think her mom found out she opened some mail. But yeah, she was mad at me for that. And I'm just like, you be mad at yourself. You put yourself in this situation. You took your kid to the beach and you're drinking. Hello. Be responsible. Like, I get it. At one point we didn't have kids and we would do that. That's fine. But you have a kid now and she still wanted to be living that life. So that's what she gets. Honestly, I don't feel bad. And the moment that she said switch seats with me, that's like my loyalty to her fucking changed, because nope. You just can't do that. Like, that showed me her true colors right there. And then there was already a lot of red flags that I had seen leading up to that point, and when that happened, I was like, okay, like, I'm really gonna die, like, if I keep hanging out with this girl, because I really thought I was gonna die. When she drove off, I literally remember this so perfectly in my mind. I rolled up the windows, I grabbed the 2 car seats like this, and I like tucked my head in between them because I was so scared. I kept thinking, when we flip off of here, off the cliff, like a branch is gonna go in the window or something. That's what I kept thinking. It was traumatizing, and it was just something that kept replaying in my mind for a few months. It was horrible. And so that's one of the main reasons why me and this person are not friends anymore. There's a few other reasons, of course, but we'll get into those later. I mean, I don't really want to give this girl that much attention, but I just thought that this story was crazy because I had never been involved in something like that. And just be careful who you hang out with. My parents used to always tell me about her, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Or, you know, her own mom used to tell me things like, I hate how she's like this, or like, she just doesn't listen to me, or she keeps going out, da. But seriously, watch who you hang out with. And if your parents keep telling you something about somebody, listen, because it's not leading to anything good. When that happened, I just kept thinking about my dad telling me over and over again, stop hanging out with Jackie, stop hanging out with Stephanie. Jackie doesn't, you know, do shit. All she does is drink and smoke and da, right? And I didn't listen. I was hanging around with that crowd. Why? Because I thought it was cool. But as soon as I grew out of them, like, I let them go. Literally, my life has changed for the better. Well, there you go. That's my story on how I was involved in a DUI. And a little bit on my toxic friendship. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and add us on Instagram. I'll go ahead and attach it here, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.